Hey, welcome back to the Blindside DIY. I got a request from a subscriber, and they want to know some tips and tricks for starting their channel. He said, "Hey, what do you need?" Well, let's just start here. Anytime you're getting into any DIY, automotive, or home application, it becomes with knowledge. So I always suggest a home improvement DIY book. This is from the Home Depot. This probably costs this is about 14-15 bucks at the Home Depot. This goes over pretty much a good array of home tasks, home improvement tasks, DIY tasks that you're going to run into in your house. And I'll just go over it. This book has 10 chapters. Chapter 1's on painting and wallpapering. 2's on walls and ceilings. 3's on floors. 4 is on doors and windows. 5 is on cabinets, countertops, and storage. 6 is on plumbing. 7 is on electrical. 8 is on heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. 9 is on insulation and weatherproofing. And chapter 10 is maintaining exteriors. So there's a good bit of knowledge in this book. Well, not only that, it actually comes in here with a DVD that you can use and watch. I watched the DVD. I've read through this book quite a bit. It's a great book. I would suggest getting it if you're starting out and you're wanting to help. Knowledge is important, and having books around too. That's your home DIY. This is a Haynes manual. This one's for small engine repair, but this is just an example. Haynes and Chilton have tons of repair manuals for different things, small engines, big engines, specifically for your making your vehicle and the model. So I would check that out. That's something I would carry with you. Another thing that you're going to need to start a channel, number one is camera. I have a tripod that's actually on, and I have this. This is what we call a monopod, and this is about 20 bucks, so it's a heck of a lot cheaper. It does the same thing. This is a monopod, has a nice soft grip here. You can attach the camera with a swivel here and hold it, or you can hold it here. It also has different steps, so you can actually, this goes pretty high. Like I said, this thing is taller than I am. And I'm 5'9". So this is really tall. But at the end of the day, you can get footage. This is great to have as a tool when making YouTube videos and starting your channel. Making sure you have something to support your camera that's comfortable for you. It's important. The bottom, it has a rubber base, and it actually has a screw function on it, where if you're trying to record something in grass or something, or a softer surface, it has a tip point. I'll show you there. There's a tip point, and you can set that in the grass, and it'll be able to maintain its stability in that environment. Same thing with this. You screw this, it's a flat base on the bottom. As you can see, it's a flat base. So, that's something I like to carry. I would recommend getting it. You can get it from like Best Buy, audio camera store. This one's actually a Sunpack 6700M. You don't need that one. It doesn't matter. Just one's fine. You can go to Amazon and find one. They're pretty cheap. So, and one of the most main important things for YouTube or DIY channels, period, is a computer. You need a computer. In my case, mine's actually a dual purpose, so I can use it as a laptop, but not only can I use this as a laptop, this actually turns around and folds into a tablet. So if I'm somewhere, I can actually hold it and I can do what I need to do. It also has a pen feature, which really helps. So you don't need to get that fancy, but at the end of the day, you need a laptop that works and runs. This is a hard drive. If you're going to be starting your channel, I would suggest getting one. This one's probably about 15-20 bucks as well. This one's 1 terabyte, so 1,000 gigabytes makes 1 terabyte. So that's pretty much it. It can hold a lot of video and photos. I would just upload it to here, so if this crashes, you have a backup. But not just that, so when you add a lot of videos and stuff to your computer, this computer is not just a normal computer. This is a video processing, photo editing computer. So when you're adding a lot of videos and photos, your system can actually start to freeze up and crash because it has so much overload on it from all that information, and it doesn't have a lot of room. So to avoid that, we just take the videos and photos and we add them to our passport, which this is called My Passport, or our hard disk drive, and that's what I use. It's called an external storage. That's what I use because I don't want to get my computer clogged up. I'll just add it to this, and it's a safer way because this is actually encrypted. No one can get in it without a password and some other things. So it has security set up for it to make sure if you have some sort of secret job and crazy work, that's what you have. Since I do PI work in private security, I keep this and all confidential information stays on here. If someone gets it and they put in the password so many times wrong, it erases everything. So, but I have it backed up on another system as well. So the thing is, that's a great thing to have. Now, with it being said, I've kind of covered a little bit of material here of starting up the channel, what you would kind of need. DIY knowledge, some books. Read books, it's important. I didn't like to read books in high school. I read books now, tons of them, on a whole bunch of different subjects. I'm a very well-rounded person. Get you a monopod and a tripod, and I'll take this off in a second, I'll show you. Get a laptop, a good reliable one, and get a hard disk drive. That's all you really need. And something to carry all of it. Step out the frame here. I carry a book bag. All this stuff that's on this table goes in this book bag. Anything I need is in this book bag. Chargers, extra batteries, cords, any zip ties, anything I need to do something on scene. All of that is in there. Now, the last thing that I would say is pretty important is knowledge around a computer. You don't got to be a savvy guy, but when it comes to computer technology, but you at least need to know the basics. Like this case, this is a Dell computer, has Windows program on it. This actually has a Windows Media Editor. I use that. I do have other Canon programs and other professional video and photo editing programs. But for you, if you have a Windows computer, I think Windows 8 and 10, I think Windows 7, 8, and 10 do have a Windows program and software that allows you to edit on there. I know Windows 10 does, and that's what I use because it's pretty simple. When you get into the more professional programs, it becomes a lot more complicated. So to avoid that, just use a simple program. Now, that's what I was getting at. Use a simple program. You need to know how to use that program. They have tutorials on it. You can watch it online. Learn how to use whatever program you're using. Okay? Because not only do you need to learn how to trim something or splice it into it or split the video, you need to know how to overlay audio. You need to learn how to overlay images into the video. You need to learn how to put text into the video or text into the thumbnail. Those are things you need to know, and there's a lot that you can find on YouTube and you can find online, but I use the Windows Media Editor, so if you have that, good job. I would use that. I can definitely say you can rely on my word. I will back it. It's a great program. I'm not sponsored by anybody here. That's just my thing. The other thing I would mention is when you're setting up your channel, you gotta understand it's about loving what you do. It's not about making money. I did not come here to make money. I just came here to enjoy it. If I make money along the way, sure, that's awesome. But I came here to share what I do and help people out. And that's what it's about. If you're expecting to get on and make money, you can, but that's probably all you're gonna do. Is just sit there all day on a computer and not have relationships with your family and friends. And I'm not saying it's not possible, because it definitely is. But if you're expecting that right off the bat, you're going to be probably disappointed. And I don't want you to I want to say I'm not trying to disencourage you. I just don't want you to put your goals up here and then get dropped down because, hey, you didn't get as many views as you thought you would. So just do it for fun. That's what I do it for, okay? That's the most important thing about making a channel. Doesn't matter about views. It's just about sharing your work and what you do. And I love sharing what I do. I don't care how many views I get. I don't care if people don't like certain things. It's whatever. Everybody has a preference, and this is my preference to how I do things. So with that being said, that's really the basics of what you need. There's also online programs. If you don't have one, you can download for free. AVS is a good one. Also, there is plenty of sites you can do overlays on for free. You just upload the image or video file and start editing. It's not very hard. You can get tutorials on them. So that's kind of the basics of what I would use to start up my channel. By all means, if you can't figure something out, you can always contact me and ask. Now, I said this was a video from a subscriber. They wanted me to address this and kind of explain, you know, I'm new to the game, but my dad's been a YouTube guy for, he's had a YouTube channel, and he's done it for about 7 years now. So I asked him, when I first started, I asked him, I said, hey, what do I do? You know, I've never really done all this before, and he gave me a lot of tips. So that's my tips here. You know, some of the tricks you can use, like I was saying, is those. You know, you can go online, you can get a lot of stuff for free. You don't need to buy fancy software. Perfect example is the Windows Media Editor. It's free, but it works fantastic. So that saves me money in the long run from purchasing something I really don't need. You know, this is my shop, and my files, it's not fancy. Yeah, there's a lot of clutter because we have a lot of work that we do, and we're rearranging and we're moving stuff out, we're adding on to this shop. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. As long as we're enjoying what we're doing, that's all that matters. I'm going to show you this tripod real quick, and then I'm going to let you guys go. This is the tripod. It's not something fancy. This is a Targus TGT BK58T model, but it has one level here and a second level here, and some bases on each of the 3 points. This one, and I'll show you, kind of zoom in here. It has a system right here with this hook. This is actually meant for a sandbag, and it's meant to weigh it down, so if you have high winds or something, your tripod stays still. This is a lever. It rotates around in a circle, and it actually elevates the piece here. So it's a good system. It has 2 levels. It has a level up here and a level here to tell me to make sure it's all level on the concrete or ground or wherever I'm at. So, but that's the baseline of, hey, how you start a channel? Just do it. Make sure you have the knowledge. I've done these things for about 5 years now myself. I didn't have someone to teach me. I read the books. I did the hard work. I spent a lot of time reading, and I wasn't comfortable at first. I had to put myself out there, and you're going to have to do that. If you're first getting on there, you know, I'm more social now, so I love to talk to people and share, but you have to get out there and get out of your comfort zone, especially when it comes to uploading videos, checking out software, using software. And my biggest thing with you guys, now, a lot of people put a lot of bad comments or hate your video. Look, my first video I got, they disliked it. Do I know why? Do I know who? I don't. It was an introduction video. Why would you thumbs down, dislike? I don't know. But it doesn't matter. I don't care. It's whatever your preference is. It's your opinion. I would just suggest, you know, hey, if people do that, I try to tell them, if you dislike it, tell me why. Tell me why you disliked it, so I know, so I can hopefully fix it or address it. Because if you don't tell someone something, they'll never know. So that's all I got. Like I said, this is the Blind Side DIY. I really appreciate you coming. I really appreciate you viewing my videos. I really appreciate you guys who subscribe to my channel and you support me and you ask me questions and you ask about videos. Keep doing that. And I'm working on the video for the frame right now, so that will be out in the next couple days. That's it, guys. I appreciate it. Stay tuned, and I'll see you soon.